Welcome to the second part of Steves and Associates Teams Governance series. My name is Eric Andrade, and today we'll explore the best practices related to Microsoft Teams naming policy. What are the use cases for this? There are three considerations that might lead you to create a naming policy. First, you might want to prohibit the use of certain words in the names of groups or teams. Second, you might want the name to include information about the origin of the group or team. And third, you might want to identify groups or teams using specific labels in the name, especially when you are not restricting who in your organization is allowed to create groups or teams. It makes sense to have a naming policy. What license is needed to implement a Teams naming policy? You only need to have an Azure Active Directory Premium 1 license or Azure AD Basic for EDU license. Now, let's review the naming policy in Microsoft Teams. There are two options. First, block words, and second, group naming. You can find these by accessing your admin portal, navigating to the Azure Active Directory site, selecting your Active Directory, and clicking Groups. In there, you will see the naming policy option under Settings. For block words, you can enter a comma-separated list of words that will be blocked from group names and aliases. Because no substrings are carried out, it is necessary to include variations as it looks for an exact match. When creating this policy, there are some things to be aware of, like the list of block words is not case sensitive. There are no character restrictions for block words, and finally, there's a limit of 5,000 words in the list of block words. When it comes to group naming, there are two things that you can set up as a naming structure. You can use the attributes of your Azure Active Directory to identify the origin of groups or teams. The supported attributes are department, company, office, state or province, country or region, and title. Extensions and custom attributes are not supported. We recommend using attributes for which values already exist for all users in your organization, as well as not using attributes that having long values. The other thing you can do is add fixed strings to help you differentiate groups in the global address list and left navigation of the group workloads. Using short strings will allow you to quickly identify groups. Some of the common prefixes and suffixes are keywords like GRP, hashtag symbol, and underscore. It might sound obvious, but to be clear, some administrators are exempt from these policies across all workloads and endpoints. Therefore, they can create groups with these block words and using the desired naming conventions. This list contains the administrator roles exempt from the group's naming policy. To wrap up, connect with us if you would like further assistance and visit our website at steves.net to find out more about our Microsoft workshops and solutions. Stay tuned for the next episode in our Teams Governance series, and thank you for joining us today. Bye!